Hi, everyone. I hope you had a great Tuesday and you are ready for Wednesday. Um, Here's our little trivia or mind bender brain teaser for Wednesday. So it says you're driving a city bus. At the first stop, three women get on. At the second stop, one woman gets off and a man gets on. At the third stop, two children get on. The bus is blue and it's raining outside in December. What color is the bus driver's hair? Give you just a moment here to guess and think. Whatever color your hair is, remember you're the one driving the bus. All right, so that was our little brain teaser for today. I'm going to go ahead and get started with our lesson here. Today we're focusing on the conclusion. All right. So this is the last part of your argument essay that you're writing. So yesterday we talked about introduction, and today is our conclusion. So agenda here, it's argument writing, and that's the conclusion. So we'll talk transitions, restating the thesis statement, and then a thought to ponder or call to action, which wraps up that argument. So learning target, then you're going to write a complete conclusion to end your argument essay. So, success criteria, I can begin my conclusion with a transition, I can restate my thesis using different words, and I can end the conclusion with a thought to ponder or a call to action. All right. Um, so, when we are talking about our argument, you want to, and I'm going to go ahead and close my picture out here. So, the first step is, again, to think about a transition that you're going to use. Remember, with all of our new body paragraphs, we have that transition, and your conclusion is no different. So, I've got some examples here of some conclusions that you can use. Um, so we have putting it all together to wrap up, after looking at all the evidence, finally, on a final note, and all things considered. So you're going to choose from one of those for your conclusion. Then our next step is to restate your thesis. So you put your thesis statement in different words. So if you're stuck on how to restate, go ahead and ask a friend to help. You should have, or you probably have a friend in class, or you can ask a friend in another class that you could do that, or you can try to explain your ideas out loud to someone and have them write down what you say. It might be your thesis in new words. So, again, just kind of take your thesis and turn it on its end. So, here's my example. All right. Um, and again, we want to make sure that we are using a transition to start with. So, for me, to restate the thesis, it says, remember, it doesn't mean writing it using the same words. You need to think of a new original way to restate your point. Often it's going to evolve naturally as you write your essay or reflect on your ideas or thoughts. So, again, think about your essay as a whole and how do you want to put that thesis in other words. So, if we look at the bottom here of the slide, I've got my original thesis statement, which says, therefore, the microwave oven has revolutionized the way humanity prepares meals by speeding up the cooking process, costing less, and taking up less space in the kitchen. And despite the use of radiation, the technology is safe. So, for me, the transition I decided to use is that to wrap up. All right, I still want to have my topic in there, which is the microwave. So, I've got that added in there. I don't want to leave that out because that's really what I think has made the biggest impact on society, that invention. So, to wrap up, again, there's my transition, the microwave. I've got my topic. And again, what am I saying about it? What's my claim? And so instead of saying has revolutionized the way humanity prepares meals, I'm saying has made the biggest impact on society. So for this, I've actually taken that the writing prompt and used that because I didn't necessarily use the same words in the writing prompt here in my original thesis statement. So now I'm bringing them back here in my restating of that thesis statement. And you can see that I actually have two sentences here to help me restate that thesis statement, and you can do that too. Okay. The big idea is that you're saying basically the same thing, but in a different way. All right. So, again, to wrap up, the microwave has made the biggest impact on society. It has sped up the way people prepare meals. All right. So, speeding up the cooking process. So, it has sped up the way people prepare meals, save precious space in the kitchen. All right. So costing less, all right, and that other one taking up less space. So saved precious space in the kitchen. So again, I'm still talking about that space using that same idea, but I've used different words, and is a complete and is completely safe to use every day. And again, I did use that same word of safe as I do in the conclusion or my at the end of my thesis statement. But again, I've said it differently. I've only used that same word. So the only same words that I've used is that word sped, like for speeding, safe, and again, that safe technology, and then space, like space in the kitchen, because those are keywords that I can't really change. So you can keep some of the keywords, but you're saying it in a different way. So the only keywords that I've kept are microwave. Okay. I've kept sped for the speed. I've had um, space and kitchen, obviously, because that's the place where it is, and then safe. All right. So out of my thesis statement down here, I only used 5 of the same words. So I've restated that. Okay. So now let's look to the next part. So because our thesis or our conclusion is really in 2 parts. So let's look at that, the last part here. So finally, you're going to end your conclusion with a thought for readers to ponder or that call to action. So a thought to ponder or question to ponder. Here's just one example. It says for every dollar that McDonald's large fry cost, we are paying $1 to disintegrate our body with 228 calories. So again, these are just thoughts to ponder. And for every dollar that Burger King double Whopper with cheese, we are paying $1 to deteriorate our body with 207 calories. So again, these are just thoughts and facts kind of to ponder. Then a call to action means you want somebody to do something. So call to action example here is smoking is dangerous for everyone, even non-smokers. It affects human beings in every facet of life. If people don't lobby, campaign, or constantly ask for change, cigarettes will continue to ruin the lives of many. So again, that call to action is for us to lobby or campaign or do something. Okay. So that's what we talk about when thoughts or questions to ponder and that call to action. So here's the one that I chose to use for the microwave. And again, we want this transition. So that's why I have it here. Don't forget to use a transition. Um, so I've got some other questions here that you can try to answer that's going to help you with this final thought as well. So what's an interesting or important point that you've made that you might want to reiterate? What can readers take away from my essay that is useful and might shed light in a new way? Those are some other things to bring up. So ultimately, your conclusion must answer that question. Why is your subject or argument so important? Okay. Why is it worth a read, and why is it worth that thought here? Okay. So in the end, that's my transition. In the end, don't we all want to have more time to do the things we need to do? And again, I put it as a question to ponder. The microwave does just that. It gives Americans the extra time in the day that we are all searching for. Okay. So again, I honed in on that idea of speed. All right. And that saving time so we can do the things that we want to do. All right. And so that's kind of how I connected to my audience as well, keeping my audience in mind as I'm doing this conclusion. Okay, so now we've got to put it all together, and this is what it's going to look like all together. So I've restated the thesis and I've given my final thought. And so it reads like this. To wrap up, the microwave has made the biggest impact on society. It has sped up the way people prepare meals, saves precious space in the kitchen, and is completely safe to use every day. In the end, don't we all want to have more time to do the things we need to do? The microwave does just that. It gives Americans the extra time in the day we are all searching for. All right. And so that's the wrap up. It's the final thought. It puts the pretty bow on the package of your argument. Okay. And again, that's what you're wanting to do. So your assignment today is to complete the graphic organizer. All right. So you can click here for the assignment in Canvas. You're really just adding on to yesterday's assignment and now completing the conclusion portions of it. So you're looking at slide 3, and then you're looking at the second part of slide 4, which was that conclusion. Okay. So that's your job today, is to get that conclusion written, get that graphic organizer put or completed, and making sure you get it turned into Canvas. Now, if you've already turned in that introduction, all you have to do is resubmit. Okay. And that's super easy. You just click on the link to the assignment. You can or open it up, click on that Google integration doc, and then you can resubmit it there once you have it finished. Okay, so just like yesterday, I do have an extra little video down here that you can watch for some additional insights on crafting your conclusion. You obviously don't have to, but it's just a fun little a little video that you can watch just to give some extra help or some extra thoughts when you're writing that conclusion. All right. So again, this is your assignment. I hope you have a great Wednesday, and I will see you back on Thursday. All right. Have a great day.